Today is day 42, ladies and gentlemen, of our 1000 Dawns adventure. And even though it hasn't occurred to me at the moment, we are starting to close in on the 50-day mark. And before we even get to that stage, in fact, to be honest, there's one thing we can settle right about now, and that is another tick on the calendar. And I mentioned about how we're nearly 50 whole days into this, but let me put it in a slightly different sort of way. By the end of tomorrow, we'll be halfway through the month of March. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's come very, very quickly. In fact, I think this entire year is coming and going far, far faster than probably I'd even anticipated. So with that being said, I feel like, even though I must admit last night was a little bit of a weak night insofar as work is concerned, but as I mentioned before, if I fail today, I can only try again tomorrow. And quite frankly, just try to do your best is one of the few things you can at the very least try. And try is definitely a point of contention, especially on this channel, because try as I might, whether we succeed or not is going to be one of those things where the prospect of trying holds any sort of weight one way or the other. Now, what I'm going to mention is that earlier today, I managed to achieve yet another small victory. And I reckon before we get to day 50, before we even get to the end of March, I feel like all of a sudden we'll be starting to win small victories on a far more regular basis. And when that sort of thing happens, guess what? We will start to be pulling ahead at last. Because I think success does come from a series of very small victories. Because, guess what? They are victories at the end of the day, and they are not a means of us going backwards. So with all that being in place and all the fun that comes with it, I think coming up over the next couple of days, you're going to be starting seeing around here plans and reports on how we're going to win even more regular victories. It's going to be a bit tricky, and sometimes, like I said, there will be days where it feels as if like we're not going anywhere, but I assure you we will be getting places, especially because we are only 90 subscribers away from reaching 500. It would be really cool if we could get to the end of the year, well, not the end of the year, but the end of the month, to reach 500. It's a bit of a tall order. However, therefore, I have to fulfill this order. So, let's do it, guys. And I'll be seeing all of you guys again next time. Thank you.